I think the Saône is one of my favorite rivers in France. It runs from north to south till it meets the Rhone in Lyon. On a sunny spring Sunday, the Regina and I slipped off with a group of friends upstream. About 15 kilometers north of Lyon lies part of the empire of one of the legends of French cooking, and certainly the city's most famous chef, Paul Bocuse.
Ça c'est Fernand Point.
Oui, la fameuse. Straight away, Paul took me to see his mural. That's Fernand Point and Madame Point. There's the first edition of the Michelin guide in 1933. They kept their 3-star rating for 52 years, a record. That's General de Gaulle at the Liberation. Edward Herriot, the famous mayor of Lyon. Mère Brasier went on cooking till she was well over 80, and her son, Gaston. Mère Filiou and her famous chicken recipe. These chefs are dead. There's Françoise Bise at Talois, Jean Pic at Valence, Jean Trois-Gros at Roanne, Alain Chapelle at Lyonnaise, and there's Raymond Oliver. The Americans, James Beard and Julia Childs. Shitso Tusi, who wrote a history of cooking. Unfortunately, he's dead. The guys who work here now, Jean Ferry, all the best workers of France, Roger Jaloux, Robert Douvy, Varel, Alfred. That's Françoise Pipala. My son, who works in the US, in Orlando at Epcot. The wine waiter. My wife, myself and my daughter. Up there are my parents. They're still watching me. And there's the gardener. The light's good there. Lyon is the larder of France. Lyon is a city that's very well located. It's surrounded by the best produce. To the north there is the valley of the Saône with all the vegetables. Also La Dôme with its famous breast chickens. These chickens are so special that they have an appellation contrôlée, like the best wine. Then you have all the lakes in the Savoie district. In the Drôme there are all the oils made from nuts. Then there's the Rhone Valley with all the good wine and the fruit. We're not far from Charolais. Nowadays there's a problem with beef and mad cow disease, but there isn't a problem in the Charolais. I always say that Lyon is the larder of France, but it's also a transit point. In the olden days you passed by the river, and then the road, and then the railway, and now by TGV. Paris, 2 hours away, has become the suburb of Lyon. I asked if his mother had a restaurant here. Yes, and my grandfather. If you have 5 minutes, I'll show you something very interesting. A little way down the road is the abbey where Paul Bocuse holds his functions. What Paul had to show me was his magnificent collection of mechanical organs. Later, behind the giant Limonaire organ, Paul showed me how it worked. me this was the finest organ in his collection because it had a very special sound which made it quite unique. This one dates from 1920. I know where it came from. It was in a brothel in Saint-Étienne.
J'ai su où il était à Saint-Étienne, et il était ce qu'on appelle dans une maison close, dans un bordel. Et un jour, j'ai un vieux
One day, I had an old clown who was the father of Jean and Pierre Poigot, who went up to the organ and sniffed. That smells of the good time girls. That was the sound system of the period. That belonged to my grandmother. They used to cook everything in it. Later he showed me how they did it nowadays. You put in your hay and the ham with some mint or estragon, fill it up with water and cook for 4 hours.
Et donc là comme ça, après rempli d'eau, et puis cuit pendant 4 heures.
Voilà, 4 heures. C'est seulement comme ça.
5 heures, c'est tout, oui.
C'est tout.
Avec là.
Cuisinier? I asked who was the first peasant to think of cooking ham in hay. You'll have to ask Mr. Bocuse that, he said. I'm not a player. A great man had come to carve the ham for a conference of windscreen salesmen, but he got tired of waiting and left for his restaurant. I tried a bit later, quite delicious. I asked Paul what was the gastronomy of Lyon in a word. Good produce, that's to say. Before there was plenty of fish in the river there. Pike, perch, eels. Nowadays people don't eat much freshwater fish. In those days my father and grandfather were fishermen. They caught fish for the restaurant, which was cheap. The cuisine was simple. That's to say frogs, fry-ups, cooked sausages like colettes billes, all sorts of tripe, fromage blanc, omelettes, chicken sautéed à la chasseur. It was a simple cuisine. I believe what's important in cooking is to have good produce and above all to have an identifiable cuisine, because often you've no idea what you're eating.
Bien souvent, on ne sait pas ce qu'on mange. Voilà.